Some games seem cute, simple, or even relaxing at first glance. The graphics are friendly, the mechanics seem simple, and everything feels relaxing. These are the games that hide brutal difficulty behind charming visuals or simple ideas. Lies of P takes a familiar fairy tale and twists it into something dark, heavy, and unforgiving. Set in the ruined city of Krat, the story follows a puppet searching for truth in a world built on lies. The tone is serious and bleak, slowly exploring themes of identity, control, and what it really means to become human. Gameplay is where the challenge really shows. Combat is precise and punishing, demanding perfect timing, patience, and pattern recognition. Enemies don't give much room for mistakes, and bosses will quickly expose sloppy play. Lies of P fits perfectly into the idea of games that are harder than they look. Beneath its stylish presentation is a demanding experience that challenges focus, patience, and consistency, proving that its difficulty is no illusion once you step inside.
Do you remember the time we all gathered to play this piece together? I never got to say farewell.
I presume you, too, are keen to know just what kind Mikola is doing here.
Those stripped of the grace of gold shall all meet death in the embrace of Vesper's flame.
Come now. Touch the weather.
Elden Ring looks inviting at first, with its wide open fields and freedom to explore anywhere you want. It feels like you can ride out, level up, and take things at your own pace. But once you step into real combat, the game quickly shows how unforgiving it can be. Gameplay demands patience and discipline. Timing, positioning, and learning enemy patterns matter far more than raw power. Bosses don't just test reflexes, they test focus and consistency, often forcing you to adapt your build or strategy instead of brute forcing your way through. Elden Ring fits perfectly into games that are way harder than they look. Its open world gives a sense of freedom, but beneath that is a demanding experience that pushes players to earn every victory through patience, learning, and persistence. Wuchang Fallen Dynasty looks fast and flashy at first, almost inviting you to play aggressively without much thought. Early enemies make it seem like constant attacking will carry you through. That illusion doesn't last long. Once tougher foes appear, the game makes it clear that sloppy timing gets punished hard. Gameplay revolves around precise deflections and reading enemy intent. You can't rely on dodging alone, and button mashing will get you overwhelmed quickly. Every fight demands focus, especially boss encounters that test your ability to stay calm and react perfectly under pressure. One missed deflect can turn a fight upside down. Wuchang fits perfectly into games that are way harder than they look. Its speed and style hide a demanding core that rewards discipline, timing, and patience far more than raw aggression. Code Vein looks stylish and approachable on the surface, with anime visuals and flashy abilities that suggest a forgiving experience. Early areas can feel manageable, giving the impression that you can rely on brute force or overpowered skills. Gameplay demands more precision than it first appears. Stamina management, positioning, and timing are critical, especially during boss fights that punish impatience. While companions can help, relying on them too much can build bad habits that the game later breaks harshly. You're constantly pushed to learn patterns and control your actions. Code Vein fits right in with games that are way harder than they look. Behind its accessible style is a challenging core that tests discipline and awareness, proving that looks can be very misleading.
Her away. Fragments of the Queen's body were locked inside of successors. You have the power to quell the relics at last. I beg you, relieve them of their suffering.
I'm here to take back all of the relics you stole.
Oh my, such an important job.
We fight. We drink blood. We revive. We fight some more. We were all human once.
Cuphead looks charming and harmless with its hand-drawn cartoon style inspired by classic animations. At first glance, it feels like a fun, light-hearted platformer you can casually pick up and enjoy. That illusion breaks almost immediately once the action starts. Gameplay is brutally demanding. Every level and boss fight requires perfect timing, sharp reflexes, and constant focus. There's no room for panic or sloppy movement. Patterns must be memorized, attacks dodged precisely, and mistakes are punished fast. Even short stages can take dozens of retries before everything finally clicks. Cuphead is a textbook example of a game that's way harder than it looks. Behind its cheerful art style is a punishing challenge that tests patience, consistency, and determination at every step. Dark Souls 3 can feel familiar at first glance. The medieval setting, basic weapons, and early encounters give off the impression that experience with other action RPGs will be enough. The opening hours even let you survive on instinct, which makes it easy to believe you've got things under control. Gameplay quickly proves otherwise. Every action has weight, and stamina limits punish impatience. Dodging too early, attacking too often, or healing at the wrong time can end a fight instantly. Bosses are designed to read bad habits and exploit them, forcing you to slow down, learn patterns, and stay composed instead of reacting blindly. What really defines Dark Souls 3 is how it tightens the screws without warning. There's no dramatic spike that announces the challenge. It just keeps demanding more focus and discipline until you realize the difficulty was always there, quietly waiting for you to slip.
gift changes you, slowly consuming every little part of your humanity. I should know. It runs in my blood.
Who dares to question my will?
Wuchang Fallen Feathers looks graceful and calm at first. The smooth animations, clean visuals, and myth-inspired world give the impression of a stylish action game you can ease into. Early moments feel controlled, making it seem like confidence and flow will carry you forward. Gameplay slowly shows its real difficulty. Combat demands strict timing, spacing, and patience. Enemies punish rushed attacks, and bosses quickly expose bad habits. Fights require focus and consistency, and small mistakes can end encounters faster than expected. What makes Wuchang deceptive is how quietly it increases the challenge. It never warns you or shows its teeth early. It simply keeps demanding more precision and discipline until you realize the game has been testing your control and patience the entire time. Getting over it with Bennett Foddy looks almost silly at first. A man in a pot, a hammer, and a pile of random obstacles don't exactly scream extreme difficulty. It feels like a joke game you can mess around with for a few minutes. That assumption disappears the moment you try to make real progress. Gameplay is brutally simple and unforgiving. You only control the hammer, and every movement is driven by physics. One small mistake can send you flying all the way back down, erasing minutes or even hours of progress. There are no checkpoints, no upgrades, and no safety nets. Precision, patience, and emotional control matter more than reflexes. What makes getting over it truly deceptive is how calm it appears on the surface. Behind its simple presentation is an experience designed to break frustration tolerance, making it one of the clearest examples of a game that is far harder than it ever looks. Returnal looks like a fast, stylish sci-fi shooter at first. Smooth movement, bright visuals, and flashy effects make it feel approachable, almost like pure action fun. That impression doesn't last long once the cycle starts repeating and mistakes begin to matter. Gameplay is relentless. Combat demands constant movement, sharp aim, and perfect awareness of your surroundings. Enemies fill the screen with projectiles, and one bad decision can end an entire run. There are no easy checkpoints, so failure often means starting over with nothing but experience gained. What makes Returnal especially punishing is how smoothly it plays. Everything feels fast and responsive, which hides just how demanding it is. Beneath the fluid movement is a game that tests focus, endurance, and consistency, making it a perfect example of something far harder than it first appears. Hollow Knight looks calm and even charming at first. The hand-drawn art, soft music, and quiet world give the impression of a relaxed exploration game. Early areas ease you in gently, making it feel like something you can take your time with. That feeling doesn't last very long. Gameplay slowly reveals its true difficulty. Combat demands precision, timing, and patience, especially as enemies become faster and more aggressive. Boss fights are where the challenge really shows, testing your ability to learn patterns, stay focused, and avoid panic. Small mistakes add up quickly, and healing opportunities are limited. What makes Hollow Knight deceptive is how quietly it ramps things up. It never announces its difficulty spike, it just keeps asking more of you until you realize the game has been testing your skill and patience all along. Nioh 2 looks fast and flashy at first. Smooth combat, stylish effects, and early enemies can make it feel like an action game you can push through with aggression. The opening hours give just enough room to survive on instinct, which makes it easy to underestimate what's coming. Gameplay slowly shows its real difficulty. Combat demands precise timing, stance switching, and strong awareness of enemy behavior. Button mashing gets punished quickly, and bosses are built to break bad habits fast. You're forced to learn patterns, manage stamina, and stay calm under pressure, or you won't last long. What makes Nioh 2 deceptive is how confident it lets you feel early on. It doesn't overwhelm you right away. Instead, it slowly tightens the rules until skill, discipline, and patience are the only things keeping you alive, proving it's far tougher than it first appears.
Hi, nothing more, nothing less. Next time I see that thing, it'll taste my blade.
Get the hell away from me, no! Head to a worry!
Well, let us see how you fare against me.
Answer me, Toshimitsu. Where are the spirit stones?
The dreams of the spirit stones come at a price.
To surrender oneself to a wish or desire. How frightful.
So this is what you've become?
Let this be the end of wars waged with spirit stones.
Resident Evil Village looks manageable at first, especially if you've beaten the game before. You recognize the locations, you know the enemies, and it feels like past experience should carry you through. Village of Shadows mode doesn't look scary on the surface, which makes it easy to feel confident early on. Gameplay quickly shows how tough it really is. Enemies deal massive damage and refuse to go down easily. Ammo runs out fast, healing items are limited, and even basic fights can end badly if you make one mistake. Boss battles become long and stressful, forcing you to move carefully, manage items smartly, and stay calm the entire time. What makes Village of Shadows mode hit hard is how familiar it looks at first. It feels like the same game you already know, but it slowly takes away every advantage, turning confidence into tension and proving just how brutal it can be. Mortal Shell looks slow and quiet at first. The dark world feels empty, enemies don't rush you right away, and movement seems heavy but manageable. It gives the impression that careful play and patience will be enough to get through. Gameplay slowly shows how demanding it really is. Combat is built around timing and control, with a unique harden mechanic that punishes bad decisions if used carelessly. Stamina runs out fast, healing options are limited, and enemies can take you down quickly if you lose focus. Boss fights especially test consistency, not speed. What makes Mortal Shell tough is how quietly it challenges you. It doesn't overwhelm you early or show off difficulty. It lets you feel steady at first, then slowly demands better timing, patience, and awareness, proving it's far harder than it initially appears. Demon Souls looks like a classic fantasy game at first. Knights, swords, and dark castles feel familiar, and the opening areas don't immediately overwhelm you. It can seem slow and manageable, especially if you've played other RPGs before. Gameplay quickly shows how strict it really is. Combat is slow and heavy, and every move matters. Attacking too much, dodging at the wrong time, or healing without space can get you killed fast. Enemies hit hard, and bosses punish mistakes without mercy, forcing you to stay patient and focused at all times. What makes Demon Souls especially tough is how honest it is. It doesn't try to scare you early or warn you about the difficulty. It simply expects you to learn, adapt, and respect the rules, slowly proving that beneath its familiar look is a challenge that demands real discipline. Resident Evil 4 Remake feels familiar at first if you've already cleared the story. The locations, enemies, and controls all seem known, so professional mode can look like something skill alone will handle. That confidence fades fast once the pressure kicks in. Gameplay is much less forgiving. Enemies react quicker, deal heavy damage, and don't give you time to breathe. Ammo is tight, saves are limited, and every missed shot matters. Encounters that were routine before now demand clean movement, smart positioning, and fast decision-making, especially during intense fights and boss battles. What makes professional mode hit differently is how it changes your mindset. You can't rely on memory or confidence anymore. Every step requires attention, turning a familiar game into a constant test of focus and control.
Oh, you gotta be kidding me.
You're here looking for someone? Maybe some missing señorita?
Christ!
What's gonna happen to me?
Sorry! Bad traffic! One combat job will compliment the Hunnigan!
Ready to die, rookie. No,
This time, it has to be different.
stench. Just think, now you're all set to hunt and kill to your heart's content.
Bloodborne looks stylish and intense right from the start. The Dark City, fast movement, and aggressive combat make it feel like a game that rewards confidence and constant pressure. Early fights even encourage you to stay on the offensive, giving the sense that speed is all you need. Gameplay quickly pushes back against that idea. Combat demands sharp timing and full attention. One late dodge or greedy attack can end a fight instantly. Enemies hit hard, bosses never slow down, and staying alive means learning patterns and keeping your nerves in check instead of rushing in. Bloodborne doesn't scare you with numbers or warnings. It lets the world teach you through pressure and consequences. It may look fast and empowering from the outside, but once you're deep in Yharnam, you understand why this game earns its reputation the hard way.
Who doesn't want you dead?
Sekiro Shadows Die Twice looks clean and focused at first. One sword, fast movement, and a clear goal make it seem more straightforward than other From Software games. Early fights feel readable, giving the impression that quick reactions and confidence will be enough. Gameplay quickly raises the bar. Combat is built around precise timing and constant pressure. Blocking, deflecting, and countering are mandatory, not optional. Dodging too much or playing passively gets punished fast. Boss fights demand full concentration, forcing you to stay aggressive while keeping perfect rhythm. One mistake can end everything. Sekiro Shadows Die Twice strips away comfort and forces you to face skill head-on. It looks simple from the outside, but once the blades clash, it becomes clear that precision, timing, and discipline are the only way forward.